Are you a watch enthusiast eager to explore the realm of Rolex? Curious about the unwritten rules that could make or break your visit? Join me as we unveil the essential don'ts when stepping into the prestigious Rolex AD. But before anything else, subscribe to my channel so you'll stay ahead of all of my latest videos. Why it's important to know the rules that Rolex AD follows. The Rolex market stands apart from most others because of its unique characteristics. In today's world, the demand for Rolex watches far exceeds the available supply, resulting in official Rolex retailers having long waiting lists, making it challenging to acquire certain models. When you come across the term Rolex AD while exploring Rolex watches, it refers to Rolex's authorized dealers. These are retail establishments authorized to offer brand new Rolex watches directly from the manufacturer. It's essential not to confuse Rolex ADs with non-authorized dealers, individuals, or businesses that lack a direct contract with Rolex, and, therefore, don't receive watches directly from the Rolex factory. Several terms are used to describe Rolex ADs, such as official Rolex jeweler, Rolex agent, official Rolex retailer, or simply Rolex AD. To become an official dealer, certain conditions and rules must be adhered to, including signing a Rolex distribution agreement outlining what the dealer can and cannot do. Being a Rolex dealer is undoubtedly an enviable position, as they deal with a product highly sought after worldwide. However, it's worth noting that some authorized dealers have displayed signs of overstepping their bounds, with a few becoming undeniably arrogant. That's why here are 7 don'ts that you must avoid to increase your chances of getting a Rolex watch. Number 7. Don't inquire about your desired watch. Upon stepping into a Rolex AD, it's natural to be drawn toward a specific model, like the GMT. However, expecting to find your ideal watch on your first visit can be unrealistic. When you visit the Rolex store, it's more common for the AD to guide you toward a watch that suits your preferences and lifestyle. They might suggest starting with an entry-level watch, such as the Oyster Perpetual, to initiate your journey into the world of Rolex timepieces. In some cases, before showing you the watches, the Rolex AD might even recommend a piece of jewelry or a ring. This approach may serve a purpose, as they might want some customers to begin their Rolex ownership experience with a more accessible option, allowing them to appreciate the brand and its craftsmanship gradually. Number 6. Don't mention that you have sold a Rolex watch. Under no circumstances should you mention anything like, "I'm downsizing," "I want to buy something better," or "I want to purchase something more expensive" when dealing with Rolex ADs. Such statements could potentially disqualify you from purchasing a Rolex watch. Rolex ADs aim to sell their watches to genuine end users who will cherish and enjoy them for an extended period. Their goal is to avoid customers who might immediately sell the watches for a profit once they leave the store. The issue lies in the fact that many Rolex models sell for more than their suggested retail price due to their rarity and high demand. Consequently, if a customer acquires one of these sought-after models, it might be very tempting to sell it quickly for a substantial profit. However, engaging in such practices can lead to severe consequences. You risk being blacklisted by Rolex, and the authorized dealer might face reprimands from the corporate headquarters if such actions come to light. Therefore, it's essential to approach the purchase with the intention of becoming a genuine Rolex watch enthusiast and wearer. Number 5. Do not talk too much. Being an authorized dealer is akin to being the police, where anything you say can be used against you. It's crucial to exercise caution and refrain from making inadvertent mistakes or saying things that might lead them to question your eligibility as a Rolex watch owner. Sometimes, a Rolex AD might outright inform you that you cannot purchase certain watches, or they may not disclose it directly, but you'll likely understand the situation. To navigate this process smoothly, it's best to be cautious and avoid sharing excessive information. Responding to their inquiries politely and thoughtfully can increase the chances of a positive outcome. Here's hoping everything goes well for you in that manner. Number 4. Avoid taking photos and videos inside the AD. There is a notable reason why high-end stores, including Rolex ADs, often prohibit customers from taking pictures or recording videos inside their premises. Doing so may inadvertently give the impression that you are solely interested in capturing content for social media or other purposes, rather than genuinely considering a purchase. To avoid being perceived as someone not serious about buying, it's crucial not to be that person who takes pictures inside the store. Number 3. Never mention that you are looking for sports models. When approaching a Rolex AD, it's essential to be cautious about the words you use, especially regarding specific models. Avoid simply stating, "I'm looking for a sports model," as this might lead to disqualification or raise suspicions that you are a flipper or solely interested in acquiring the most sought-after models. If you don't have an established relationship with the AD, it's best to refrain from discussing sports models during your first visit. Instead, adopt a more strategic approach and keep your words to a bare minimum. Allow the AD to guide the conversation and recommend watches that suit your preferences. Number 2. Don't assume you can simply stroll in and walk out with a Rolex watch. If you're a newcomer to the world of Rolex watches and plan to purchase your first one at an AD, it's crucial not to assume that you'll walk into the store and walk out with a newly bought watch. This kind of assumption is typical for beginners, but is, in reality, highly unlikely to happen, with only about a 5% chance of success. In today's market, particularly, it's essential to avoid setting such high expectations of leaving with a Rolex watch on your very first visit to the store. Instead, approach the experience with an open mind and be prepared to take the time to explore different models, learn about the brand, and potentially build a relationship with the AD for future purchases. Number 1. Do not approach a Rolex AD in the same way you approach a secondary market dealer. Approaching Rolex ADs is a completely different experience compared to dealing with the secondary market. ADs prioritize building strong relationships with their customers, unlike many secondary market dealers who are primarily focused on completing transactions. Creating a good relationship with your Rolex dealer is akin to dating. You wouldn't expect immediate results on the first encounter. Just as you can't rush things on a first date, you can't walk into a Rolex AD and expect to purchase a highly sought-after Daytona or Submariner right away. Building trust takes time. While there may be waiting lists, it's essential to understand that these lists are created by Rolex ADs themselves. Each dealer has a list of potential customers for the most desirable models. Therefore, don't assume that getting your desired Rolex is guaranteed. Instead, focus on establishing a connection with your salesperson. They are regular people who enjoy meaningful interactions, just like you do. Making periodic visits to the store and getting to know your salesperson better can increase the likelihood of being considered for special pieces. Show genuine interest, have a good online presence, and be prepared with the funds when the opportunity arises. By following these tips, you'll be one step closer to acquiring your first Rolex watch directly from the AD. Even if you don't obtain the most popular model initially, maintaining a positive relationship with the AD will improve your chances in the long run. Have you ever had a memorable experience at a Rolex AD? Share your experience in the comment section below. As always, thanks for watching and be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. See you next time!